In this week's episode of Working with Todoist, I show you how Todoist fits into my overall productivity system. Hello and welcome to episode 105 of my Working with Todoist series. And in this week's episode, I'm going to answer a question that I often get asked on my YouTube channel about how Todoist actually fits into my whole productivity system. Now, I've covered many parts of this throughout this whole 105 episodes, but I've never actually shown you in a diagrammatic format how it fits or sits into my overall productivity system. And I was thinking about how I could show you this the best way. So today I don't think I'm going to be actually opening up Todoist, unusually, but I am going to show you how Todoist fits into my productivity system, along with all the other ways of the other things that are linking into my overall system. Now, one of the things that you will all find out when you start looking at becoming more productive is that your individual tools or applications are best suited for the thing they were actually designed to do. And I've mentioned this in my Working with Work series about using your tools correctly. And you'll see from this system how Todoist will fit into my overall system. So let's go straight into this and I'll show you how it all fits, and then you can decide afterwards if my system is going to be work for you. But something that I really should stress is that you do need to create a system that works best for you. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm actually working essentially as a freelancer. So although I do have an office where I can work, I spend most of my time out and about in the city. So I don't have a fixed place of work. So I'm very much a mobile worker. Now, for you, you may find that you go to the office every day, or at least Monday to Friday, in which case this system might not fit necessarily for you. So what I would suggest you do, if you do like parts of this system, is just to pick a mix and find what works for you. Okay, let's get straight into this and let's show you how Todoist fits into my system, and you can then decide for yourself if I've got a good system or a bad system. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, here we go. As you can see at the top of this chart, we have my inbox, and this is my Todoist inbox, and everything gets collected in here. Now, if there's an email that I need to reply to today, I will certainly put the email in there. I just forward it from my email inbox. If there is any sudden ideas that I might have, everything gets collected in this inbox. Now, then it goes on to the next stage, which is processing. Now, I'm going to process at the end of the day. Now, some people might process in the morning. It doesn't matter when you process, as long as you are processing pretty much every 24 hours, certainly no longer than every 48 hours. So that's all. This in red, by the way, is my Todoist system. Okay, moving on to the next stage is, now as I'm processing, some of the stuff I have collected will be referenced, and that will go to Evernote, as you can see, green for Evernote. Things that I need to appoint or appointments that I need to cancel, they will go onto my calendar. So as you can see, as I go through this, the processing is taking place and things are going to move. So I will immediately get rid of the reference material. That will go straight to Evernote, and any appointments or cancelled appointments will move into my calendar. We then move on to the next stage, which is my routines and projects. Now they are pretty much set and they're always going to be there. I will process these check these if I'm working on a project, if a deadline is coming up. My routines I check generally once a month, but they're going to come up. And they all move into my daily tasks. So now that you can see, say, 3/4 of my system, as I say, all the red is Todoist. Everything that's coming from Todoist is red. Everything that's related to Evernote here is in green, and my calendar is in blue. So as you can see, as I'm processing, the tasks that need to go to specific projects will go to the projects. Anything that I need to add to my routines, which is very rare because my routines have been pretty much set over the last 2 or 3 years, so it very rarely needs changing. And then all those will filter in on the appropriate day into my daily tasks. Now, in addition to that, I also have my areas of focus and my goals also feeding into my daily tasks. Now, it's not every single day, although most of my goals will come up into every single day, but areas of focus will come up as and when they're required. So as you can see from this particular chart, I've got my routines, my projects, my areas of focus, and my goals all feeding into my daily tasks. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail about why I have a routines system here, but the main reason why I have routines is I don't like having to make decisions on a day-to-day basis, and routine tasks are routine tasks. They just have to be done. I don't need to be, or I certainly don't want to be thinking about having to deal with my routines. So they're just set up in a folder, in a project folder in Todoist, and they come round as and when they are required. Of course, projects are ongoing and they will change maybe on a day-to-day basis. Areas of focus, these are just things that I want to keep my eye on, things like related to my students, related to this YouTube channel, etc., and related to my family and exercise. And of course, my goals, they change on an annual basis. Maybe some goals are longer term. But that's essentially it. So as you can see from this completed chart, everything in red is related to Todoist, everything in green is related to Evernote, and everything in blue is related to my calendar. But that is my system in a flowchart, if you like, and I'm hoping this will give you guys some ideas about how you can set up your own system. So yes, I admit a lot of this has come from David Allen's Getting Things Done process and system, and that is really the foundation of my system. But as I've mentioned so many times before, you do need to create a system that fits your style of working. This system fits for me, but it might not necessarily fit for you. Okay, hopefully that's answered all your questions about how Todoist fits into my daily life. This is essentially how it all works. This is the core, this is my system. And hopefully later this year, I will do an online course showing you how you can set this system up for you. So I don't want to go into too much detail now, but this should give you a pretty good idea of how my productivity system works. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a very, very productive week, and I will see you in the next episode.